The chase between the alien ships and human drones was nothing short of cinematic. In a battle of speed and agility, the alien ships, sleek and powerful, darted through the sky, leaving trails of smoke and debris. The human drones, smaller but faster, darted around their larger foes, launching surprise attacks and evading enemy fire. The skies were alive with explosions, lighting up the night like a fiery storm. Every time an alien ship tried to break through, a blast of EMP energy or a targeted missile would disable its systems, sending it spiraling out of control. The camera zoomed in on Commander Zarnek's face as he steered his ship, his expression filled with realization. The arrogance that had once marked him was gone. His alien fleet, once feared across the galaxy, was no match for the humans' ingenuity. Earth's soldiers weren't just fighting to survive. They were fighting smarter. The humans had turned the aliens' own technology against them, and now they were being crushed under the weight of their underestimation. In a final desperate attempt, Zarnek ordered his ship to enter hyperspace, hoping to escape the pursuit. But the AI systems, anticipating this move, deployed cloaking devices and surprise attacks, catching Zarnek's ship in a trap. The alien commander's hands trembled as he realized that his escape was impossible. Earth's military had anticipated every move, and they had outsmarted him at every step. The aliens had underestimated the human spirit, the ability to adapt, and the relentless drive to protect their planet. As Zarnek's ship was neutralized by a direct EMP blast, his forces were finally brought to their knees. The skies cleared, the chase came to an end, and Earth's victory was sealed. The camera pulled back to reveal the Earth's shattered atmosphere, with debris from the alien ships floating in space. The battle was over, but the victory was bittersweet. Humans had won, not just through their weapons, but through their unwavering will. The message was clear. When pushed to the brink, humanity would always rise, outsmarting even the most advanced forces in the galaxy. As Commander Zarnek's ship exploded in the distance, a lone human voice echoed through the comms. "This is Earth. You're not getting away this time." The humans had won the final push, but their message to the galaxy was just beginning. Earth was not to be underestimated. The alien forces, now desperate and broken, made one last attempt to escape Earth's grasp. With their ships in disarray, they launched a small fleet, hoping to break through the lower atmosphere and flee to the safety of deep space. But Earth's forces were waiting, ready to strike with everything they had. The final battle was about to unfold, and this time, the aliens had no chance. The human forces had learned from every skirmish, every counterattack. They had studied the alien technology in depth, adapting their tactics and weaponry to match the enemy's advancements. The cloaking devices and AI-guided weapons the aliens once used with such confidence were now easily countered. Earth's military had become a well-oiled machine, and the aliens had underestimated just how quickly humanity could adapt. As the small alien fleet descended into Earth's lower atmosphere, the sky erupted in a dazzling display of light. Human drones, armed with EMP pulses and advanced weaponry, were already in position, waiting for the aliens to make their move. One by one, the alien ships tried to break through, but the human forces were too quick. The drones locked onto their targets, firing precise shots that disabled the ship's engines and weapons. The final showdown was a chaotic symphony of explosions and laser fire. The alien ships, once a symbol of technological dominance, were overwhelmed by Earth's combined might. High above the atmosphere, satellites fired powerful blasts, while ground troops launched attacks from below. The aliens, now desperate, fought back, but their once mighty ships were no match for the unified human resistance. The last remnants of the alien fleet were obliterated, their ships tumbling into the atmosphere, burning up in fiery blazes. As the final explosion rocked the sky, Captain Rachel Storm stood at the command center, watching the screens go dark. The battle was over. Earth had won. But the victory came at a steep cost. She thought of Lieutenant Bonner, who had sacrificed his life to protect Earth. His bravery had been a turning point in their fight, and his loss would forever echo in her heart. The lives of all those who fought, all those who had given everything, weighed heavily on her mind. Rachel took a deep breath, reflecting on the sacrifices of her team. They had stood tall in the face of overwhelming odds, never wavering. Their courage had turned the tide, and their determination had secured victory. The strength of the human spirit, the will to survive, and the refusal to give up had been the true weapons that led them to triumph. As the last alien ship was destroyed in a brilliant flash of light, the camera pulled back to show the human survivors. Bruised, bloodied, but victorious, they stood together, united in their triumph. The weight of the war was heavy on their shoulders, but there was a sense of pride in their eyes. They had fought for their planet, for their future, and they had won. The final shot showed the stars above Earth, peaceful and calm once more. But Rachel knew this was only the beginning. The universe was vast, and the challenges humanity faced were far from over. Yet for now, Earth stood strong, unbowed, and ready for whatever came next. The camera slowly zoomed out, showing the empty skies above Earth, still lit with the remnants of the final explosions. Earth had won this battle, but the war for the future was just beginning. The humans had proven they were not to be underestimated. They had shown the universe that, no matter the cost, humanity would always rise up and fight for its survival. The day the alien fleet arrived, Earth's skies were filled with a sight never seen before. A massive armada of alien ships, sleek and menacing, entering Earth's orbit. These were no ordinary invaders. Their ships shimmered with advanced technology, cloaked in energy fields that made them invisible to the naked eye. They had crossed the galaxy, armed with weapons and AI-guided systems more powerful than anything Earth had ever seen. Their leader, Commander Zarnak, stood at the helm of the fleet, a towering figure of authority and ruthlessness. His eyes glowed with cold determination as he prepared to wipe out the human race. The aliens believed their victory was inevitable. Earth was no match for them. With a simple command, Zarnak ordered the first strike. The alien ships opened fire, releasing energy beams that tore into Earth's defense systems. Satellite networks exploded, military bases crumbled, and the sky above darkened with the smoke of destruction. The alien fleet seemed unstoppable. But as the alien ships unleashed their fury, something strange happened. The ground trembled under the force of their attack, yet no human defenses fired back. Earth's military seemed unprepared. The air was still, silent, as though the planet had given up. The aliens paused for a moment, thinking this would be an easy conquest. No resistance, no defense, no counterattack. Commander Zarnak smirked, confident that Earth was about to fall into his hands. However, just as the alien fleet readied for their next wave of destruction, a sudden wave of unease swept through the alien commanders. The atmosphere felt wrong. The calm that surrounded Earth wasn't natural. Communications within the fleet suddenly flickered, then went completely dead. For the first time, the alien soldiers looked at each other with confusion. Why couldn't they reach their commanders? Why weren't their ships responding? Everything was offline. Their highly sophisticated AI systems, once flawless, began glitching and failing. In a matter of seconds, the entire fleet was paralyzed. Weapons malfunctioned. Cloaking devices failed. The aliens, who thought they had Earth at their mercy, were now trapped in an eerie silence. The hum of their engines grew quiet. Something wasn't right. Back on Earth, in a high-tech underground command center, Captain Rachel Storm stood before a massive screen, watching the alien fleet struggle. She didn't flinch. Instead, she smiled. The aliens had walked straight into the trap they had so confidently overlooked. Rachel, a brilliant military strategist, had spent months preparing for this very moment. She knew the aliens would come. She had anticipated their every move. The EMP pulse, the cloaking disruptors, the decoy satellites, it was all part of the plan. Rachel's eyes gleamed with determination As she glanced over the control panel, her hand hovered over a big red button. Now, she whispered under her breath. With one press of the button, Earth's greatest weapon came to life. Above the alien fleet, a sudden burst of electromagnetic energy surged through the atmosphere. The pulse tore through the alien ship's shields and cloaking devices, revealing them for the first time. The massive fleet was now exposed, helpless against Earth's forces. The EMP also disabled the alien AI, leaving them blind and vulnerable. The once proud invaders now found themselves locked in Earth's orbit, unable to retreat or fight back. Their systems were down. Their weapons were useless. They were trapped. The aliens had no idea what had just happened. They thought they were in control, but in reality, Earth had outsmarted them. They had fallen right into a trap that they had never seen coming. The tide had turned, and Earth was now in control. The clock was ticking. Earth's plan had only just begun, and the aliens had no clue how deep their mistake had run. It was too late for them to escape. They were now at the mercy of humans. Captain Rachel Storm stood tall, watching as the alien fleet struggled in vain. A sense of triumph filled her. For the first time, humanity was no longer the underdog. The invaders, so sure of their victory, were now in Earth's hands. The battle for survival had just begun, and Earth was ready to strike back. The moment the EMP system was activated, Earth's defense network surged with power. A wave of electromagnetic energy spread out across the skies, sweeping through the atmosphere like a storm. It hit the alien fleet with terrifying precision. In an instant, the aliens' cloaking devices flickered and failed, revealing their once invisible ships. The once mighty war machines of the alien fleet were now completely exposed and vulnerable. Without their cloaking devices, the alien ships became easy targets. But the EMP pulse didn't stop there. It also disabled their weapons, rendering their advanced laser cannons and plasma turrets useless. The alien fleet was powerless, unable to defend themselves from the upcoming assault. At the center of this chaos, Commander Zarnak watched in growing panic. The moment Earth's defense system struck, his fleet's technology began malfunctioning. His communications were cut off, his weapons systems were fried, and their navigation was a mess. The fleet, once a force of unstoppable power, was now stuck in Earth's orbit, unable to escape or counterattack. The alien commanders were trapped. Inside the alien flagship, Zarnak turned to his officers, his face filled with fury. "What happened?" he roared. But no one had an answer. Their powerful AI systems, which had guided them through countless battles, were now useless. They tried to send out commands, but nothing responded. Every attempt to regain control over the fleet's systems failed. Panic began to spread among the ranks. The aliens were no longer in charge. The humans had somehow turned the tide. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Captain Rachel Storm stood at the command center, watching as the alien ships floundered in Earth's orbit. Her plan was working, but she wasn't rushing into attack just yet. Earth's forces had a carefully crafted plan, one that relied on baiting the aliens into more traps. Rachel knew they needed the aliens to make the first move, so Earth's forces held back, keeping their firepower in check, allowing the aliens to make mistakes. As the aliens scrambled to regain control, Earth's orbital defense satellites activated. These satellites, hidden in plain sight within Earth's upper atmosphere, released a devastating series of EMP bursts aimed directly at the alien warships. The first strike hit its target, an alien destroyer that had been trying to regain its systems. The EMP pulse washed over the ship, causing its power to flicker and die. The massive warship began to spin out of control, its engines malfunctioning as it hurtled toward Earth. Other alien ships were caught in the same fate. One by one, Earth's satellites launched precision strikes, sending EMP pulses directly into the heart of the alien fleet. Alien ships that once seemed invincible began to break apart, their fiery debris streaking across the sky like shooting stars. Explosions filled the atmosphere, sending chunks of alien technology spiraling into Earth's atmosphere, burning up as they fell. The scene in Earth's skies was like a firework display, but it was not a celebration. It was a message. The aliens had underestimated humanity, and now they were paying the price. Earth's defense forces weren't just defending. They were leading the aliens into the jaws of their own destruction. As alien ships began to fall from the sky in flames, Commander Zarnak watched in disbelief. His fleet, once thought to be unstoppable, was now being destroyed one ship at a time. He knew they had made a grave mistake. The Earth they had come to conquer had become a trap, one that they could not escape from. With each strike, Earth's forces were tightening their grip. The aliens' fight for survival had just begun, and they had no idea that the worst was yet to come. As the battle in space raged on, the alien fleet, now crippled and disoriented, realized they needed to take drastic action. Their advanced technology had failed them, and Earth's defense systems were more than they had anticipated. In a final, desperate move, Commander Zarnak ordered his elite forces to land on Earth. These weren't just any soldiers. They were humanoid warriors, genetically enhanced and equipped with cutting-edge weaponry. The aliens were ready to fight humans in close quarters, planning to overwhelm Earth's forces with sheer physical strength and firepower. Down they came, through the clouds, their ships landing in strategic locations across major cities. The alien warriors, tall and imposing, stepped out of their craft with energy blades glowing in their hands, their armored exoskeletons gleaming in the sunlight. The message was clear. The aliens were no longer playing games. They were ready to fight to the death. But Earth wasn't caught off guard. Captain Rachel Storm, standing tall in the command center, watched the battlefield unfold below. Her eyes narrowed with resolve. She had expected this move. It was time to put their plan into action. Earth's military, led by Rachel, was ready for the challenge. They had been preparing for this moment for months, reverse engineering alien technology to create countermeasures. As the alien forces stormed the cities, Earth's soldiers emerged from hidden positions, using the urban landscapes to their advantage. High-tech robotic drones, specially designed to operate in hostile environments, moved quickly alongside the human soldiers, scanning for alien targets and providing cover fire. The air was filled with the sounds of blaster fire, and the streets erupted in chaos as the two forces clashed. Close quarters combat was fierce. The alien warriors were fast and deadly, their energy blades cutting through metal and stone. But Earth's soldiers, armed with reverse-engineered alien tech, fought back with ingenuity. They used EMP grenades to disable alien weapons and created traps to catch the aliens off guard. It wasn't just strength. They were using their brains to outsmart their enemies. The humans knew that in this fight, survival depended on tactics, not just power. The battle was intense, but amidst the chaos, one of Earth's soldiers, Lieutenant Bonner, stood out. He had joined the military after losing his family during the initial alien invasion. His grief had driven him to join the fight. And now, standing on the front lines, his determination was unmatched. As the fight wore on, Bonner found himself facing off against a group of alien warriors in a narrow alleyway. The odds were stacked against him, but he wasn't about to back down. In the heat of the battle, Bonner noticed a flanking maneuver from another group of alien soldiers. Realizing that the enemy would soon cut off their escape route, he made a decision. With one last, defiant shout, he threw himself at the aliens, drawing their attention away from his fellow soldiers. His sacrifice allowed the rest of the team to escape and regroup, but it cost him his life. Bonner's death was a blow to the team. His fellow soldiers paused for a moment, grief-stricken by the loss of a comrade who had fought with all his heart. The loss of Bonner hit hard, but it didn't break them. If anything, it made them more determined. They knew that Bonner had given his life for the survival of the Earth, and that was something they could never forget. As they regrouped and continued the fight, Captain Rachel Storm's voice echoed over the comms. For Earth, for Bonner. Her words were a rallying cry, inspiring the soldiers to push forward. They weren't just fighting for victory. They were fighting for everything they had lost, for their families, their homes, and their future. The battle continued, but the humans were no longer fighting with just weapons. They were fighting with the strength of purpose and the burning desire to protect their planet. Each victory, each alien warrior they took down, was a step closer to saving Earth. The aliens might have superior technology, but they had underestimated the human will to survive. And as Earth's soldiers moved forward, united in their cause, the aliens knew one thing for certain. They were fighting a force stronger than they had ever imagined. The battle had been raging for hours, and the alien forces were quickly dwindling. Commander Zarnak, once so confident in his fleet's technological superiority, now found himself facing an enemy he had never anticipated. The humans weren't just fighting with weapons. They were using their minds to outsmart him at every turn. As he looked at his failing forces, it became clear to him that the trap Earth had set was not only technological, but psychological. Zarnak had underestimated the humans' resilience, their ability to adapt, and their capacity for strategy. Earth's military had lured the aliens into a corner where every move they made seemed to play right into the hands of the humans. The alien commander's face was etched with frustration. He realized, too late, that the humans had turned his own tactics against him. Escape seemed impossible now. With his fleet decimated and nowhere left to turn, Zarnak made a last-ditch attempt to break free of Earth's grasp. He ordered his ships to launch for the atmosphere, hoping to escape the humans' AI systems that had tracked them relentlessly. Desperation filled his voice as he shouted commands, urging his fleet to break free from the pull of Earth's gravity. However, Earth's AI defense systems were far superior than Zarnak had ever imagined. As the alien ships attempted to ascend, Earth's AI satellites, hidden deep in space, locked onto them immediately. With precision, the AI activated its cloaking devices and weapons, tracking every alien ship's movement. Zarnak's ships couldn't shake the pursuit. They tried to fire back, but Earth's drones, now equipped with alien technology, countered every strike with ease. It was like watching a predator toy with its prey.